Hello and welcome to 2Fab's inaugural episode of Are We Sure That Bachelor Moment Was Real, DeMario? I'm joined by the one and only DeMario Jackson, who you've probably seen in The Bachelorette. You've definitely read about him in the headlines when he was in Bachelor in Paradise and then not in Bachelor in Paradise. And now he's in 2Fab's studio to do this every week to talk to us about these moments on The Bachelor. Using your reality star experience, you're going to give us some insight into some fishy moments we think maybe aren't that real.
Got it.
And maybe a producer set it up.
Somebody was in somebody's ear.
Yeah. So let's talk about last night's episode of The Bachelor. First thing I want to ask you about was the one-on-one date between Arie and Bekah. He puts the earrings on her. You know, we've all seen, like, here, let me put the necklace on, but to put the earrings in, have you ever done that? Is that something natural that people do?
I don't think that was a natural one right there. Even when I watched it last night, I was like, that's a bit weird. And whenever something weird happens, I always go on Twitter. And I always see what people are saying. And it was like unanimous. Even all the girls were like, ew, don't touch my ears. It just seemed very forced. It seemed like something that one of the producers was like, hey, you should maybe do this. It'll be cute. And it really didn't go over well. Like, not at all. I mean, it just was, I was like, oh, that's a, it was a head scratcher.
So do you think that in that situation, they're interacting and the producer's like, hey, it would be really great if you went over and put
100%.
Put the earrings in?
I mean, it was one of those things where he probably literally just handed it to her like any guy would do. Like, hey, like, here you go. Like, go put these on.
Free shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, here you go. And then when Bruce was like, no, put in the earrings. It'll be cute. And I bet last night, whoever the producer who told him to do that was probably on Twitter and watching it last night thinking like, kind of like the moment of Hitch where you're like, I didn't see it going like that. I honestly thought it was going to be a little smoother, a little bit more suave. But the way he did it, it just was very awkward. And then we were all sitting there like, no. Like, that's not a good look.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, staged. Let's talk about Crystal.
Okay.
Crystal obviously seems to be, the villain of the season. The other girls don't seem to like her too much. She seems to be kind of a really different person around the other Bachelor contestants compared to the actual Bachelor.
Correct.
And last night, she was really getting on everyone's nerves when she was interrupting the one-on-one moments. Is that something that, as a contestant, like, is this something that runs through contestant minds naturally? Like, I'm just going to go, jump on camera here and blow up their spot here.
No, I mean, it's something 100% that, the producers, they kind of dictate, everything. So it's something that the producer probably thought was funny. They're trying to build that villain storyline with her and a lot of the other girls. And she is different with Arie than she is with the girls. Like, with the girls, she's very standoffish. She really wasn't telling too much of like, oh, how'd your date go? It's a natural conversation. How'd your date go? Oh, it went well. But with her, she's like, I'm going to hold all of this. I'm going to withhold all this information. And then with Arie.
Do you think she's instructed to do that?
She might be a standoff person. Like, she might kind of be like the person, but I don't really see her being instructed for that. I see her being instructed for her actually going in and interrupting. Like, she interrupted like 2 or 3 times last night. That's something that, for us, it was different. For us, when we were in the house, it was a guy code. It was like, hey, look, like, we're all going to respect each other with the exception of the, Kenny and Lee situation. We all loved and we all still group chat and everything. So I honestly think that it was something that producers were like, hey, look, go in right now, go get your man. Hey, go say this or go say that, just to get a little bit of, the cattiness.
Do you think Crystal knows in the production of this that she is going to be pegged as a villain?
100%. I guarantee she's watching this back right now and she's like, oh my God, I did not think that they were going to air that. Or, oh my God,
really?
I didn't think that they were going to.
She's going to be caught off guard?
Oh, 100%.
Do we think that maybe Arie's being pressured to keep her around because she stirs up trouble and the producers are aware of that?
I think Arie likes that Crystal Chelsea type of, woman. I think he likes the aggressive. I think he likes the go-getter. For me personally, I love Chelsea.
Bibiana's
spicy. Woo! Spicy.
Spicy Bibi.
Yeah.
Spicy Bibi had a rough night last night, and she was getting ignored on these dates, or on the group date. She wasn't happy about it. She ended up snapping at a producer, and it seemed like she just kind of went from 1 to 11 real quick. Do we think that the the drama of snapping at the, like, getting that serious about it? Do we think that was a little staged, maybe encouraged by producers?
I don't necessarily think that part was staged. I think that at that point of the night, a lot of people don't realize a lot of these group dates can take place at 8 in the morning, or a lot of these group dates can take place at like 2 or 3 at night. You know, so it's something to where you've been up all night long. You're waiting for this group date card, and then all of a sudden it's 2 in the morning. They're like, all right, we're going to go on a date now. Get your stuff together. So I think a lot of that had to do with the pressure of, like, the producers will kind of tell you, like, hey, all right, DeMario, you're going to be first. So-and-so, you're going to be second. You're going to be third. She might have been 4th or 5th. She might have been overlooked. At this point, like she said, look, I don't want to speak to him right now. It's been all these hours. I haven't had the opportunity. I think that with her, what sucks is that she is a respectable person. She's not going to go interrupt anybody. She's not going to step on anybody's toes. So the end result is her kind of being looked over, and then her ended up snapping. And last night, I think that's the reason why she snapped when she was out, you know, front talking to Arie when Crystal came up, is because she's sitting there and she's like, I finally get the opportunity to talk to my man. And then this chick, who already has had 2 or 3 opportunities to speak to him, she comes out and interrupts me. And I think, like, for me, it was extremely disrespectful.
I think Spicy Baby was I love that. Did we just make up that nickname,
Spicy
or is that
Baby.
Something that's on Twitter?
Spicy Baby.
Spicy Baby.
Yeah, all about the
Spicy
spice.
Baby, that was genuine emotion coming out of her.
100%.
So our final moment that we're going to ask, get your expertise on, is Annalise's bumper car trauma. It just seems so random. I mean, they're at a group date. They're doing a demolition derby, and she just starts breaking down over some kind of horrible incident she had as a kid in a bumper car. It seems like producers really want drama on these group dates. Do we think that was somehow kind of set up?
For me, that was a bit weird because it started off very genuine. Like, I legit felt her tears. I'm sitting there like, wow, man, like, she lives in San Francisco. I want to fly up and give her a hug right now. Like, she seemed very, like, you know, like a very bad trauma. I had a trauma growing up, like with a dog that attacked me. Let my mom say the dog was trying to pet me, whatever. I didn't like dogs for years, you know? So I understand the trauma. Then all of a sudden she gets into the car and she's just like, she turns into Ricky Bobby.
After the fact, she's talking to the camera, right?
Yeah.
And she's even tearing up then. And then there's a moment where she sees that they're bringing over fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
Do we think that is a moment that was like, oh, it'll be funny if we bring over fire extinguishers?
100% funny, like 100% funny, like during like the confessional. And that's like the thing about like the TV show is, yeah, it's about love, this and that, but it's still like entertaining. It's still some funny things. I'm pretty sure some producer was like, yo, let's bring this in. This would be funny, and it was pretty funny. Like it was something for me. I felt like an asshole. Like we're all on Twitter like tweeting, and everybody's kind of making fun of her, but not really. But it was one of those like situations where, I don't know, I just kind of was left like, I don't know. It just was a really weird part. I feel like they could have showed a little bit more interaction with other girls versus that, because that storyline was just really weird. It just fell off.
I mean, is it possible? Is it a thing where it's like a producer would tell a contestant to cry?
No,
okay.
No, not at all.
So you think the tears are real?
I think the tears were real. I think it's just something that, like, again, it's built up emotion. You're away from your family now. This is the 2nd week, so a lot of them have been away from their family for probably like 3 weeks now. You have no outside interaction, no TV, no movies, no this. Somebody might say, hey, like, bumper cars, and it might trigger that one time that you were at Disneyland and like you might have gotten hit or you might not have gotten hit, but now you're like, okay, I'm gonna cry. Like, I'm on camera right now. I'm feeling some type of way, and then they played that up. But then she got into the car and just crushed it. So it just was very, like, I was like, this is a bit weird.
So I think we had 2.5.
Correct.
2.5 authentic moments.
Yeah.
1.5 clearly staged moments is what I gathered.
Correct.
The math checks out.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the inaugural episode.
Woo, that was some fun.
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being a part of Are Sure That Bachelor Moment Was Real, DeMario.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.